Okay, so I've been checking out Chrisky's YouTube channel. Great guy, full of good information. He's got some nice AR setups, but he's getting trolled by this guy who obviously doesn't know anything about what he's talking about. Because if you spend any number of time looking at the sun with your eyes, you know, like not even wearing sunshades or sunglasses or anything like that, just looking at the sun because you're a fucking idiot, and then you get blinded by it for a few seconds. Yeah. Apparently he thinks that nods or night vision will just solve all the problems of looking at the dark, and you won't actually need tactical accessories like weapon-mounted lights or handheld lights. So let's talk about that real quick. So this is my Polymer 80 PF940 V2 Glock 17, and on it is a Surefire X300 Ultra. It's the B model. So this light has 1,000 lumens, and I'm going to annotate how many in candela that actually is. And this is just a pistol light. This has some pretty good features and effects that allow me to use it to scan and search for targets in the dark, because I don't have the money for $3,000 or $7,000 night vision devices so that I could, well, shoot otherwise. On top of that, shooting with night vision with handguns is kind of a challenge, so let's talk about that. I also have a Surefire Scout light with the KE2 DF head. This is a Surefire M640 dual fuel, so you can tell that I'm really liking the Surefire. And I will annotate how many lumens this one has and how many candelas this has. So I'll annotate that here now. Put that together, I have night fighting capabilities with my handgun and rifle, and there's an Aimpoint Pro to help, with really fast target acquisition and shooting. Because no parallax, no eye relief, just put the dot where you want to hit and that's where you're going to shoot. Pretty awesome, actually. And this is my M4A1 sort of setup, and that's my Glock 17 Gen 3 sort of setup. So let's talk about why these are actually good and why they're so much cheaper, and I'll annotate the price down here as well. So the question is, would I rather have $3,000 to $7,000 in night vision and still shoot with the aim point, but maybe not so much with the handgun, or would I have $1,000 invested in lights and an optic for my setup and have basically a nighttime fighting capability that law enforcement use, that the military use, that they use similar setups, they use the same setup, and this setup does work for me. I do see better at night with it because it's like flashing a little sun at fucking things, right? And target acquisition is very good because if I hear something down the hall and I don't have the time to reach for my fucking night vision, so I grab a weapon with a light on it, and I know there's a light on it, and then all I've got to do is just momentary or constant flash the light down the hall and see who's down there, if it's a friend or a foe, and I ID that. If it's a friend, they're probably going to be upset that I aimed a gun at them, but they're probably going to be upset that, or not so much upset that I positively identified them as a friend. And if it's a foe and my dogs didn't take care of him, then yeah, I probably should take care of them myself once I positively identify that person as a threat. Lights are pretty important. Like, there's videos on the internet supporting that you need lights. There's not so many videos supporting that you actually do need night vision. There are certain advantages to having night vision. I'm not going to say that they're, completely useless, because they're not. They're actually useful within the right setting and context you're using them in. Anyways, Chrisky, Keep posting those community posts about that fucking idiot. It's funny.
Now, do you want to see something really cool? Of course. Turn off the lights. Industrial strength night vision goggles.
Holy Santa Claus shit. Can you imagine if we had these when we were 12?
Even better. We got them when we're 40.
You know what's amazing? They're not that noticeable on your face.
Right?
Yeah.
Ah!